222.9 The Mothership, radio for the cosmos. That was music from Melba Moore and friends with Let Freedom Ring, a very beautiful rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing, featuring so many of the best, most iconic singers of our time. It includes singers like Freddie Jackson, Dionne Warwick, Stevie Wonder, Howard Hewitt, Take Six, Stephanie Mills, and many, many more. Happy Sunday. As always, I am iiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on your sun-ruled Obatala venerated Sunday. It is August 23rd, 2026, and I'll be back with the Quasar stats after the break. But right now, we got some announcements to make. First and foremost, I'd like to just give a shout out to the Why Not Legacy and Heritage.org organization because on yesterday, August 22nd, we had a very iconic day in Houston history. At first, I said Black Houston history, but Black history is American Houston city history. So we're just going to say city history. And the Evergreen Negro Cemetery, historic Evergreen Negro Cemetery, had its unveiling ceremony for the monument dedicated to the lost souls of strangers' rest. That's 39 ancestors who were reinterred after their grave sites were disturbed. So in March of 2026, I had the honor of doing the libation ceremony, and I was so honored to return again on yesterday for the unveiling and another celebration of remembering our ancestors and preserving their legacy. So, make sure you guys check out the link in my description box about the Why Not Legacy and Heritage organization. They're doing some very important work, and those of us who honor the ancestors, we got to stick our hands on deck. So, I got the videos and photos all over my personal Facebook page. So, when you see those, you can see what's being done and how you can join in because this was something very monumental and it's still a work in progress. So let's all come together and get this historic Evergreen Negro Cemetery Conservation Project continuing forth and honoring our ancestors and keeping them with us as we move into the future. Ashe? All right. Second up, speaking of ancestors, Michael Wright just joined the Ancestors on Friday night, I believe. That was August 21st. That's a tough one to end Leo season and begin Virgo. But those of you youngsters that don't know, Michael Wright was Eddie Kane. Originally, it was Eddie King, but people started pronouncing it Eddie Kane. And, we just let the soul vibe let it stick on the name. So I won't say we lost because those of us that believe in the cycle of life, ancestry, we don't really take it as death as much as we take it as transition to the ancestor realm. So, Michael Wright has joined the ancestors, and immediately following this broadcast, we are going to go into a quick 1 hour jam session just to honor the musical legacy of Eddie Wright, who played the unforgettable role of Eddie Kane Jr. in the Five Heartbeats. And the libations don't stop there. Legendary singer Latimore has also joined the ancestors at the ripe age of 86. We say a couché hindi, or thank you for the wisdom that you left behind. Ashe? All right. So this is just a preliminary jam session before I cook up something a lot more monumental. Y'all know me, I'm a perfectionist. So, when it comes to honoring the ancestors, we don't come to play here on the mothership. So, I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we're going to get to some quasar stats. Still got to stay aligned with what's going on in the cosmos. This is 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. And here is what is going on today in 222.9 The Mothership's orbit. Beam up. Rest, restore, reflect, purify, gospel, white, old-time religion, iiiYansaje Obatala, iiiYansaje Rumila, sermons, humility. Welcome to Sundays on the Mothership. Ashe. And we are back. Okay, so it is Sunday, August 23rd, 2026. The day is vibing on Oshun's 5. So those of us that live the Orisha life, you know why the title of today's segment is Sweet Divinity. Because Sundays are sacred to Obatala in most Orisha traditions, and Obatala is the king of the Orisha. And why so? Because of his, and some roads her, patience, humility, creativity, wisdom, the ability to keep a cool head, and striving for spiritual purity in all situations. Ashe, ashe. All right. And when you add that to the Oshun sweet essence of divinity, you got honey. And you know what that means? Making your divine road a lot more enjoyable. It is the 10th Sunday of summer solstice and the first one of Virgo season. So it's all about we putting in that work now and harvesting. And tonight the moon is waxing in the 10th house of Capricorn. So power is increasing, grounding is needed. And Virgo is a very grounding season. Okay, so this is where you really put your feet in the dirt, get in that work so you can get the harvest that you are manifesting. Because we all know faith without work is dead. Ashe? All right. So I don't want to talk too much. Let's get into this 5 Heartbeats tribute hour. And you may hear some Latimore for now until we get the official tribute set. So this one, let's consider this one the sound check before the real tribute. But I just couldn't hold all this love in. And that's where this next channel song is going to be. Because even when people shift into the ancestry realm, we feel love. We feel pain, but usually the love outweighs that. So here's one of our favorite parts in the 5 Heartbeats movie. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I can't get down that low. But anyway, you know what I mean. This is 222.9 The Mothership, radio for the cosmos. Beam up. You know what makes orbits so fascinating? They move very, very fast, yet appear to be moving very slow. Actually, orbits do both simultaneously. 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio is a 24/7 orbit rotation of old school grooves, planetary funk, and mystic teaching. Here's what's going on today in the Mothership's orbit.